Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a few aluminum block petrol lighters that we are going to endeavor to straighten out the flint tubes. I don't know that these all have degraded flint in them, but I think there's a good chance in all 5 of these. So we will have to either drill, shake, or shimmy that degraded flint dust out of the tube. This square little lighter that we are starting with reminds me in appearance of an ST DuPont lighter. An engine turned ribbed design, and it has an integrated screwdriver in the fill screw by which to loosen that flint spring screw. Now that we have the screw out, pull the flint spring out of there, give those just a gentle washing off. You guys remember during the live stream the other day I was talking about that flint dust that had a green hue to it? That's what I'm talking about right there. So this file wheel still feels like it has pressure on it, so we'll test it here by the 3/32 drill bit. And you can see we're coming up, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 of an inch short, maybe a little bit less than that. And with just a push of the drill bit, looks like the rest of that broke loose. Not a ton of debris coming out of there now. Clean off that file wheel as best we can. Hit that with a little air so that it does not keep us from striking this lighter here in a second. So we will enter our new flint right there down the tube. The flint spring, which does not have a stop on the end of it. Just a spring that looks like either way it will work. And if I can see well enough to get the end of this screw into that spring, and this one may be a little bit more difficult than some. Hopefully we can accomplish this without the spring going flying across the room. There you see it is started, and I could have used the screwdriver and the fill screw, but I forgot and just grabbed that small precision screwdriver. So you can see a spark there. So we'll go ahead and tighten this down. You can hear that spring compressing in there. And it still feels fairly loose, so we'll go ahead and looks like that is as tight as it will go. So simple enough in this instant, and you can see the putrid looking flint dust that came out of that tube, and I would definitely say that that has a green hue to it. So that's why I was saying it reminds me of that green oxidation, and I don't know if that's just because that flint might have been in there since the 1940s or some other variable that might have caused that to be that color, but whatever the case, there it is. Now that we have this one cleared out and sparking, we'll go ahead and fuel it up. And I'd be really curious to know, as wide as this lighter is, if that tank is any bigger than a straight bore down through there, like it is in most aluminum block Petrol lighters. And by the way that fluid is taking so long to absorb, I'm going to guess that it is just a straight bore, that there's not any space in the tank moving over here, which I guess is just logical and stands to reason, because there really is, you can see the fuel pouring out the top here. So I'll go ahead and shake this out off camera. So, but as I said, there really is no way to enlarge the tank over into this area, simply because you can drill down through here. You could have drilled down through the top perhaps, but then you couldn't close it up. So you got certain limitations within a solid aluminum block Petrol lighter that are only going to allow for certain ways that you can machine that metal. It's not closed up like some others. There's no seams. So, as I said, it was a nice thought that there might be a bigger tank, but really the width of this lighter is more for the way it fits in the hand or the way it looks. The tank of the lighter is only going to be straight through here. But we got it sparking, got it fueled. I don't know about that wick. It looks a little bit contaminated itself, so we'll just have to see exactly how that holds up and whether it is suitable to sustain a Petrol flame or not. I'm not going to trim it simply because I'm not going to cut on something that may contain asbestos, but I will pull it up a little bit and probably pulled it up a little far. And that wick was getting over into the file wheel. So while we didn't have any problem clearing that tube out, it looks like now we're going to have to replace the wick, because that raggedy wick that looks like it might be substantial enough to work just is not catching a flame. Finally get it to catch there. But the frequency at which it is igniting is not anywhere near what we would want it to be. So keep your eyes open. Next thing you'll see with this lighter is a video for re-wicking it and hopefully solving all its problems. Until next time.